welcome to Fifth Dimension. So today we're going to be taking a look at your fears. So I want to see which fears come up for each pile, as well as perhaps any guidance on how to handle these, tame these, as well as maybe a little bit of clarification on how these specific fears might be affecting our manifestations currently, okay? So I'm going to be doing piles by tarot decks. Pile number 1 will be the Astro Matrix. Pile number 2 will be the Everyday Witch. And pile number 3 is going to be the Tarot Mucha. So I will see you all at your readings. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose the Astro Matrix Tarot deck, then you're in the right place. I've already taken your deck out and shuffled it a little bit. I just want to say first impressions are that there's a bit of fears of having waited too long, of it being too late for something is what I was picking up, but obviously only take that if it resonates. Let's go ahead and see what the cards say. Show me the fears of pile number 1. There we go. Oh, we got 2 more. Okay, that works. All right, so our cards, the 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 6 of Wands, and the Lovers. A lot of bright energy here. There's a lot of hopes and goals for the future. There's a lot of things that you are pushing towards. It may be a lot of endeavors. So the very most obvious underline is about choice. Fears about having made the right choice, or are you currently making the right choice, or is the path leading you where you're trying to go? So it sort of feels like a long period of being alone. There's like a level of comfort in it. And I feel like the energy is giving back and forth, like a level of, look, let me show you why. A level of holding on to what you've created for yourself, which includes internal and external. So take that however it resonates. If it's that you've built a solid layer of confidence and routine and things that you fill your energy and space with that is very self-fulfilling, and not wanting to stray away from that. But it could also be externally, like you have built something, a home, a business, something, a reputation that you hesitate to potentially move away from in any energy. But then there's also the sense of longing for, and this takes me to longing for more. Specifically with the Lovers here at the end, it may be indicating actual lover that you are longing for, a marriage, a unity, a sense of completeness, a sense of reunion, a sense of just being whole and fulfilled in all aspects, okay? So again, that could be anything really, but it could quite literally mean a lover. So longing for that and having this sense of fogginess about which direction is right for you. Let's go ahead and pull more cards. Clarify these cards for me, please. Okay, we have the card of Judgment. The Queen of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands. It did come out reversed, and I'm inclined to kind of take that energy, even though I don't read reverse. We'll see. We'll see. And then the High Priestess. I'm going to pause really quick. Okay. So let's take it from left to right, okay? So what I can tell you for sure is there is a lot of indication in the energy, and it is like does not want to be ignored that there has been a lot of sacrifice, a lot of strife, a lot of energy that it has taken for you to get to this place. Now, without these cards, where I told you the energy felt uplifted, it felt like you have a strong hold on your life and on your self, sense of self, on your sense of what it is that you want for yourself, what it is that you will accept for yourself. Like there's this high level of respect that you hold yourself with. And like I said, it's almost like anything's available to you. You can hang out here and continue on this path. You can move forward towards other things. Like it just feels like opportunities are available to you however you choose. Now, this next set of cards indicates the amount of energy that was put in here, specifically with the Judgment card right here. It's like there has been sacrifice, not only of like just, oh, I have to give this up. No, like you had to leave behind whole identities, whole former selves, and this may include whole groups of people that went along with, and this may have happened multiple times. Like there are a lot of dead in your path that you had to walk away from, leave behind, move away, like rip apart from your identity, because to a certain degree we all become somehow identified in our ego with that we associate ourselves with, right? Whatever we allow into our space, eventually, like you are what you eat, is sort of what it's giving, right? And so all of these people, all of these old former selves of you needing to be left behind and almost grieved. There's a lot of grief in your past, energy that you've come from. There's a, and I won't even say past, because you potentially still carry the remnant of it, right? The wound, the scar, which is where the fear is coming from. It's coming from everything that you've experienced in the past and the fears of making a decision that will lead you towards a repeat experience that you no longer wish to have on your path. And that makes sense, okay? You have resurrected yourself. You have rematerialized out of the ashes of your former selves, perhaps multiple times. Now, with all that being said, you have managed to gather every last molecule every last molecule worth saving and put them together to create substance. Sorry, my dog is having a little cough attack. Hold on. Okay, back to where we were. So having been able to grasp everything around you and create out of nothing almost, okay? But in that, finding your true self, it feels very solid. It feels like you are like previous versions of you perhaps were potentially filled with what's the word, like false, like you were false perception of who you were, identities that you were clinging onto that were not yours, that were false to you, that you may have just taken on kind of feels like a mask. But this new version of you is really authentic. It's really grounded. It's really matter of fact, like transparency in who you are and how you're reflected out into the world. Okay, so a lot of work been put into here. So it makes sense that there's this energy of not wanting to let go, like that fear of what if I step out of what I've sunken into and lose myself again, is sort of the underlying fear, is what I'm getting. Okay, with the Ten of Wands, that's also indicating that perseverance, that almost didn't make it energy. However, it is clarifying that you actually did. Whether you may feel like it or not at times, the truth is that you handled yourself like a boss. This is what you were actually feeling internally, emotionally, perhaps, energetically. But you continued moving through it, and this is all really what is true. This is authenticity right here, is that you were able to get through all of it somehow. So now this leads us to the High Priestess here with your intuition, and with her hand on the apple, with her foot in the water, it's sort of giving me life and creation, right? So she is dipped in the two realms, essentially. The High Priestess is your connection to your higher consciousness, your higher self, the spiritual realm, if you will. That's where you can connect to collective consciousness as well, right? In the ethers. But this is the strongest message that I'm getting within the entire reading, because what it's telling me is all the fears that you have of potentially losing yourself, of potentially choosing the wrong path, of potentially ending up in a place that is not, if you step out of the norm, if you try something new, if you take a different approach at life, there's this underlying fear of losing yourself and everything that you've built for yourself. However, the message today for you is that you are the creator. You are the creator, and you, in your human self right here in the physical, the person watching this video, only you can decide what it is that you want to experience in this version as a human being on planet Earth. And so, if this is something that you want to take steps towards, whatever this be, this could be multiple things as well, you know what I mean? Just what brings in the energy of feeling that completeness, of anything that you feel is missing from your I don't know, your movie, your film, if you feel like that is missing, to be able to take steps without fear. Because if an experience ends up not going well, remember that you're the one creating everything anyway. So then you can just, so long as you remember that you are the creator of your experience, you know that you can't lose this. You will not lose this sense of self. You will always find your way back to you, and then you can try again, because that's what the purpose is, right? The purpose is to have a thought, to imagine something, to create. At least it's my belief of the purpose of life, is for consciousness to experience physical form in all of its potentials. And so when you get that inclination of wanting to experience, it is the bigger consciousness wanting to experience that. And so therefore you shouldn't have those fears, to take steps forward, understanding that the point is the experience, no matter what it is, being able to persevere. This is what you carry with you. The power of the phoenix, having been resurrected from what was once essentially no longer living, just shattered, just defeated. But yet you were able to resurrect your own identity. separate from everything else. And that's real strength. That is something that you have contributed to collective consciousness, okay? So remembering that. Remember the strength that you have as the creator of your own experience. And only you have the ability to decide what you feel inclined to pursue or not. There is no right and there is no wrong. There is just wanting to experience and then moving forward and doing it, okay? In my opinion. I always have to say, I don't ever like to come off as if I know what's what, because I don't at the end. I'm just a silly little human like the rest of us. Let me get some animal cards to pull for you to close off this reading, pile one. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to close pile number 1 with some animal guidance. Messages for pile number 1. Pick it up right. All right, we'll go with 3. So the one that flipped itself was card 62, Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. So no need to rush. Remember the beginning? Excuse me. Sorry. Let me get a sip of my coffee over here. Okay, so in the beginning, remember I picked up a little subtle energy about feeling like you waited too long, or you wasted time, or like you ran out of time. That's this energy where you feel like it's too late, but it's not too late, okay? Never too late until you're 6 feet under or in an urn, okay? Card number 31, Groundhog Spirit, time to let go. This is the fear, babe, okay? This is you clinging on to the fear of losing yourself. You can let go of that. You're safe. And then we have card 13, Cat Spirit, claim your independence. You know a cat with their 9 lives. Just living life to the fullest. This is your guidance. All right, pile number 1. I hope these messages resonated. If they did, please let me know in the comments. I'll see you at the next reading. Hi, pile number 2. Thank you for joining me. If you chose the Everyday Witch Tarot, then you're at the right place. So, I've already pulled out your deck. I have shuffled the cards. I will say that right off the bat, like first impressions are giving that there's quite a few mixtured fears and worries together. So the first one I got was fear of recognition. The next subtle fear was, oh, I forgot it already. Okay, so the second one I kind of forgot, but the third one that I got was initiative. The fear of taking initiative when it comes to timing, like feeling like, oh, I have to wait till a certain time. Okay, so only take that if it resonates. Let's go ahead and pull some cards about your fears. You see, they're coming out without hesitation over here. Okay, so I got quite a few. It's not my intention, but let's do this. The one that showed itself right here is the 10 of Cups. Ah, yes. The beautiful, happy ending, fulfillment, love, family, connection. This, I can see, this is where focus is on. All right. We have the 8 of Wands, the Moon, the 7 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. So it's getting me. There's too much inner chaos, so there's no movement. It feels so well hidden too. Like it's giving me this is what's going on in your subconscious when it comes to the fear. Like you want this. You want this more than anything. Whatever that is. It doesn't have to be a family and a partner and a child and a dog and a picnic. It's just whatever makes you feel that way on the inside, okay? Like it's like the big picture. Like there's something big and very like you put a lot of, it's on the pedestal. There's a lot of weight on it, okay? So the big amount of importance that is being put on this is then creating inner chaos because there's awareness of the lack. The more focus you put on how big this is and how much you want it, you're sort of also subtly indicating like your subconscious is probably screaming, hey, but we don't have that, okay? So therefore, the inner chaos, the fear of not having it, the fear of what if I don't get it, what if I don't get to experience it, what if I can't get it, what if this, and that. But you would never know it over here, you know what I mean? This is you. This is the outer you. Just going on about your day, you know, trying to live your best life, trying to make the best of your time and your moments, and having gratitude for the space and the clarity and the peace that you carry with you. But then the inner chaos. So yeah, I'm gonna say this is giving me like there's a lot of planning, internal planning, but there's not actual like movement towards it. Okay, so again, it could just be the inner chaos that we need to work on here, because it feels like there's a waiting for something, and that's understandable because it would not be like very productive, I feel, or very like, I feel like there's this awareness that you have that from this inner state you can't move forward. And it feels like dead weight. It's holding you right in your tracks, which is why she feels like, okay, well, while I'm stuck here, I might as well, you know, make the best of this. All right, so this message coming off very clear. The fears are worries and potentials. You're like playing out all these potentials about what could go wrong is really where the focus, and how you could not. So there's going to be a need, I'm feeling, in the guidance to I'm going to leave these as one energy, leave this as one energy, and leave this as one energy. And get some clarification for you. But I can definitely say there's going to be a lot of inner work when it comes to identifying. And one thing, like identifying, just like maybe hearing this out for the first time will help you, like, oh, now that I have awareness of that, when I'm feeling these chaotic thoughts, I can perhaps, you know, handle them, wrangle them in, calm them down, you know, have a conversation with them, whatever it is that you do, to sort of deplete the weight of the potentials. Okay, so clarify this energy for me, please. We have the Knight of Wands. It's like waiting for the dragon to simmer down before getting close. Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. Is it like you're afraid of these thoughts? You're afraid to approach them because you get caught up in them and you don't know how to bring them down, is sort of what it's giving. You just, the more you acknowledge them, which is why they're probably left here in the moon energy and the just underlying. Like there's like, you have awareness that they're there, but you're not addressing them. And it's time to do so, okay? No matter how scary the dragon looks. It's time to go and address these things. Because they are what's stopping you in your tracks. They are absolutely blocking any movement towards your manifestation, pile number 2, okay? The Six of Pentacles we have for the Ten of Cups. It just feels like there's plenty. this fear you have of that not being available to you, whatever the 10 of Cups came to mind, there's this huge fear of you feeling like, what if I don't get it? What if I'm not worthy of it? What if you are, though? Look at her. Look at her, worthy of receiving right there. Worthy, she's a giver, she's a receiver. There's plenty of abundance to go around. There is no loss here. There is no lack here. The lack is internal, and therefore you are creating it, actually, and not on purpose. That's what I'm saying. It's internal, but it's just like subconscious chatter that's going on. You can't just leave there. You can't just leave it there. It's too heavy. Let's get rid of it, okay? Clarify this last energy. Death. It's time to choose, babe. It's time to choose. And I feel like you just need tools. I don't feel like you're doing any of this on purpose by any means. I am not assuming that. I know the words may come off that way, but I'm not by any means saying that you're doing any of this on purpose. I'm just saying that when you feel that inner uncomfortableness, when you think about what it is that you want and you're trying to do your little meditations or affirmations or whatever it is that you do to try it, if you're journaling, anything, that you're just like, this is what I want. Universe, I would like this. And then the subconscious comes up, that little gurgle of like fear and heaviness in your chest when an intrusive thought comes in, and the intrusive thought all of a sudden carries so much weight. And this is why. The intrusive thought is just like the cherry on top of the sundae of chaos. And that's okay. I'm just here to let you know so that you can do something about it, okay? So this, only you're going to be able to dissect. You're going to have to go within. You're going to have to address where these feelings are coming from. Why are you feeling this? Where is it coming from? What experience did I have? What thoughts am I telling myself about me or about the world or about my worth or about whatever, okay? That's how you address these things. And when you're able to address it, then you can create dialogue for yourself that says, actually, no, that's not true. So when that feeling comes up, you can then counter it with truth, okay? And tell it who's boss. The death. 2 doors right here. You have the choice. What choice are you making? Are you going to choose to stay here where it's safe and comfortable to a certain degree, or at least it appears safe and comfortable, even though we know it's actually not on the underline, but it's what you've gotten used to is sort of what it feels like. Pile 1 sort of gave something similar in case you were there. It was just really immersing into self, but needing to make a choice, needing to make a plan to move forward, and a decision. It's really just a decision to truly commit or to not commit, okay? Yes, there are a lot of fears, but are you willing to tackle those fears? Are you really willing to do the work that it's going to take to counter those fears every time they come up? It's work. It does take work, and it is exhausting, and it's a little, but once you just need tools. And how do you get the tools? By seeking information. And you're already on the right path by, if you're looking for information to unlock things for yourself by looking at readings. I highly recommend looking into law of assumption, self-concept. A lot of those, just go towards whatever calls your attention, and you'll find somebody with information that you resonate with, because obviously there's a lot of information out there. Just go with what feels right for you. Whoever brings that information and you're just like, yep, this is it. I have no rejection to this information. My body feels like this is correct. This is natural. That's the information that you should then go based off of, okay? Because it's going to be individual for everybody. Anyways, all right, let's get you some animal cards. Give me some animal guidance for pile 2 spheres. Card number 5, a rebirth is assured with Bat Spirit. Yes, that's exactly what's needing to happen. I feel like you're on the cusp of removing old self-concept, things that don't apply to you. And when they come up, then you can just then remind yourself, however that applies to you. You create the affirmation yourself, but say, hey, no, that's the old version of me. This new version of me is actually very open to receiving and giving without fears or whatever however it applies, okay? Card number 22, Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion. Yes. Old self-concept no longer applies to you. If you used to be the girl or the person, the man, the woman, the human who felt unworthy, who felt too small, who felt not qualified enough, not special enough, not smart enough, not attractive enough, not whatever it is, that doesn't apply to me anymore because the new version of me knows their worth, okay? All right, we have card number 4 with Badger Spirit. Be fearless and bold. Yes, that's you. And then we have card number 8, Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. Yes. I feel like your life is about to take some curve. Like you don't even see what's about to unfold for you, but it just feels like a surprise. Okay? But only take that if it resonates. I really feel like this stuck energy, once you're able to really tackle and get some tools to start helping you fight them and reprogram the thoughts that you allow to play behind the surface. Once we get those trained to be positive, worthy, subconscious thoughts, then I really feel like a strong curve for you. Pile number 2. So, life is a mystery. Who knows? That's what I got for you, loves. Please let me know if these messages resonate. I hope you enjoyed today's reading, and I'll see you at next week's reading. Bye, loves. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose the Tarot Mucha, then let's get into your messages. So for the other 2 piles, I had strong impressions from the beginning as far as like fears and what might be going on internally. But for you, I will say that I didn't really get strong indications of fears. I actually got really confident energy. So let's see actually what comes out though. Okay, pile number 3, tell me about their fears. Start with 3 then. We have the 2 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the 2 of Swords. Oh, indecision. You have fears about making the wrong decision between 2 choices. Yeah, there's heavy confusion, and I feel like there's this back and forth, heavy back and forth, heavy thoughts back and forth. What is this about? Or let me actually just clarify the cards and see what happens. Clarify the first card for me, please. Is this... Oh, why do I always forget this? Is this Temperance? I'll have to check. Hold on. Okay, so yes, it is the Temperance card. So it's just sort of indicating the same energy of trying to create a sense of balance, trying to remain patient and calm in a bit of turbulent thoughts. It's a card of consideration and ease. It sort of feels like, hold on, let me just get the other cards. Clarify. We have the Ten of Pentacles. You know what you want. There's strong indication, but you're trying to be patient when it comes to actions. So maybe this is why I was getting the really confident energy in the beginning. Now we have the Ten of Cups. You do know what you want. I feel like there's a strong, clear vision. Sorry, my dog has been having a cough attack from the moment I started this meeting. And I promise you she'll be perfectly fine for the rest of the day. Hold on. So while I still sense a lot of confidence, it just feels like this is like a one, like, you know, when they say like you're just laser targeted in this one direction, which is probably why the Eight of Wands is indicating there's a strong sense of focus on one clear direction. It's not showing me what the decision is about here, but it's giving me strong indication it's between this or that, like two very polar opposites. Now, although it's not giving me indication of where you landed decision on it, it just sort of feels like you've landed your sight set on total fulfillment over here with the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. This is like physical, environmental fulfillment outside of you, and then you have all the emotional fulfillment within you as well. So it is literally like you have your sights set on something that you're moving towards with confidence. However, there is this strong energy of trying to pace yourself or patience yourself. I feel like there's a lot hidden here. But it does feel like big energy. Like there's excitement and anticipation, but it's also very grounded. It's not like loose. It's not like air energy that's just like all over the place. It just feels structured. Okay, we have the High Priestess, the Eight of Swords. I'm seeing the fear now. It's very hidden though. It's very hidden. And then we have the Fool. So it is something that's going to take a leap of faith. It's like a fresh start, starting anew. Now there's a lot of confidence and joy that's involved in taking this next step, but there's also a lot of underlying fear of it. It is a bold move. You're masking the fear very well, but it's there. It's showing up in the High Priestess energy. It's being tamed by your intuition. I feel like when it arises, your intuition sort of calms it and tells it, hey, like everything's going to be all right. This is exactly the steps you are meant to be taking, the direction that you are meant to be headed. Although it is a 30-foot drop off the cliff, rest assured that you will have a nice soft landing waiting for you. Okay, I sort of feel confused with this, but I feel like the message is clear. It just sort of feels like you have a handle on the fear versus all the other piles. The other piles felt more unsteady. Yours feels like you have a grip on your fear and you have a plan on how to tackle your fear. Let's go ahead and see if there are any other messages for pile number 3 in regards to this fear they may be experiencing. Okay. Is that it? I see the fear. The fear of ending up heartbroken, the fear of ending up shattered or defeated, disappointed, at a loss. It's very well masked though, because this energy is beautiful. It's almost like you don't want to look at it. You don't want to look at the potential because you just know you feel drawn. You feel, sorry, I'm not even in frame. You feel drawn to pursue. So like if you see, I just strongly like focusing on shrouding self to it. And then she's shrouded from the anxiety as well. Even though it's wanting to hold. It's wanting to hold her back. Guidance for pile number 3 in regards to this. We have the Ten of Swords. That's a good card. We're going to shatter the anxiety, shatter these fears. It's going to battle time. It's regardless. There's almost like a level of like, maybe that's where the confidence is coming from. It's just like at all costs, this will be done. We have 10, 10, 10. At all, like despite whatever fears are underlying, there's nothing that's going to stop you and nothing that's going to get in your way. And I feel like that's the proper way to move forward, okay? You're already doing what you need to be doing. I guess I'm just here to confirm that whatever decision that you've made that feels scary, that feels different, that feels like it's taking you in a completely different direction, it's the right one. It will bring fulfillment. It will lead to a whole new life, but it seems like this is the life that you want, that it's best suited for you. Okay, number 3. All right, so we have the Moon card here as well. This is, again, your intuition guiding you. It's like this really like subtle energy of confidence that's nudging you forward. And then we have the King of Cups over here. So like literally, like look at him cheering on with his filled cups and his fish flying over. It's giving the same energy, you know what I mean? Like this is what you know you're headed towards pile number 3. And it feels awesome. With the energy here, you have every right to feel confident about where you're moving forward in this leap of faith. Having full faith that you're absolutely doing the right thing, headed to the right place, taking the right risks when it comes to this, okay? And you're taking it from a very grounded place. Or if you're not, I'm guiding you to take this decision, this step from a very grounded place. To not be irrational and, what's the word? Impulsive. To be patient and balanced and move forward from that energy when it comes to jumping off the cliff, okay? Let me get you some animal cards, pile number 3, and we will close off your reading. Some animal guidance for pile number 3 in regards to this decision that they have made. Oh, that was fast. I love that. One more. Okay. So the 2 that flipped themselves. Card number 26, Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between. I think that's exactly what you're doing. That's the Temperance card. It's giving you are in the process of creating a new life, even though if the steps in the physical haven't begun yet. I feel like energetically, like as far as like in the mental space where you imagine and create, it's the path has been laid out, okay? You are in that in-between stage. We have card number 12, Canary Spirit, sing your own song. That is about creating your own path, about doing your own thing, about choosing for you, okay? And then we have card number 16, Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours. That's exactly the energy. It feels like you were strongly heading in one direction, and then all of a sudden this new path is just shining a light, and like it's a beacon that's just calling you towards it, and you just know that no matter how different it is from where your current path is, that you're being detoured by the divine, by consciousness, by your higher self, whatever you want to call it, okay? All right, we have card 42 with Otter Spirit, you are never alone. Spirit has your back on this one, okay? And then we have card 24 with Electric Eel Spirit, bring your ideas to life. That's exactly the energy you're about to move into, okay? And it feels like once it begins, once you feel balanced and ready to take steps, that this will move fairly quickly forward with the Eight of Wands, fast movement. Yeah, I love that for you. Bring your ideas to life, pile number 3. I hope this reading resonated with you, loves. I'll see you at the next one.